I think the gas industry needs to take great care to safeguard its superb image compared to, say, nuclear when exploring fracking. And all we can say is we are at the very earliest stages of working out how to do fracking. I'm sure that fracking has a place in a future for gas. I'm not convinced that we've got all the technologies right yet. I think we're at an experimental stage still. I think that in 5 to 10 years' time we'll look at the technologies used today for fracking, we'll think they look really last century and downright dangerous in some respects. So we've got a long way to go, and it's very important that we don't fall over in the great rush ahead to get the first success stories out of fracking, or the industry will risk losing that trust which is so vitally important for the future.
Well, I guess I'll focus in on Australia again, the LNG construction, and we have 7 projects that are currently under construction. All of them have 3 to 4 years of construction ahead of them, and I think scheduling, availability of labour, and managing constructing so many projects at one period of time is a challenge.
I think probably the biggest challenge is convincing politicians and the public that gas is part of the energy future, that it should be embraced wholeheartedly.
I think there's 2 biggest challenges: the complementarity with renewable energies and the development of the shale gas.
Well, there are quite a few challenges, I'd say, but I guess the key is to adapt to a world where renewables are becoming more and more of a focal point. At the moment, gas is still a key player, and how that plays a role in the energy mix of the future is a definite challenge.
Well, it starts with unconventional gas, and the amount of volumes that are coming from that, and how that plays into the world economy, how that plays into the energy supply stack, how that impacts coal. Obviously, LNG markets. We've seen prolific production in North America. Is that a reality in Europe? How sustainable is shale? And is there an opportunity for gas to expand beyond its existing markets and becoming a bigger force in transportation? As an example.
Boy, which gas industry? I think in the United States, I think the gas industry is finding itself in increasing competition with coal in the electric power sector. I don't think that's where they really want to be, hence the desire to look at LNG exports, but there's also a desire to look at transportation markets and other potential outlets. Gas to liquids is another one. So I think the desire is to compete with higher value alternatives.
Oh, that's a very easy question. It's a supply diversification issue. If supply diversification is not achieved, sometime very soon, there will be no room for gas in the EU. Governments and societies, they don't want to depend on kind of a monopolistic supply schemes, and we see the situation developing in Germany, where actually gas share is shrinking, and not necessarily in most commercial way, but definitely in a way that it shows that European countries do not want anymore to depend on anybody's leverages or be subject of anybody's leverages. So Europe is showing that we can survive without gas. If gas supply diversification is a problem, we will live without gas.